Hey you, what up? I'm Maryam. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. In today's video, I am going to be reviewing the first clean black female owned brand, a cosmetics color brand at Sephora, LYS Beauty, which stands for Love Yourself. So I actually used this brand's bronzer in my previous videos, and there were a lot of comments about this brand. A lot of you guys wanted to see me review the entire line, review the foundations, the primer, the blushes, the brushes. So today I'm gonna be doing just that. I'm gonna be scrutinizing everything. I'm gonna be getting my Team Truth reviews on it, a wear test at the end as always and per usual, and basically just give you guys the nitty gritty, everything you need to know about this clean, black owned, female owned beauty brand, which is now available at Sephora. So without further ado, I'm gonna remind you to remember to subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed already. That way you could see all of my Wednesdays and Sundays videos, especially if you turn on that notification bell. And that's pretty much everything that I have to tell you. Let's jump right into this video. Here we go. LYS Beauty, Love Yourself Beauty, was founded by my friend Tisha Thompson. She is an industry insider. She has more than 15 years of experience in clean product development. She was the operations person at Pure Cosmetics. So Tisha spearheaded the whole 100 shades for Pure's 4-in-1 Love Yourself Foundation, which is still one of my favorite foundations to date. She is incredibly knowledgeable in the field of makeup and product development. She's also a trained makeup artist. So I am very much here and I am so excited for this brand. Personally, I am so excited to see a brand from someone as knowledgeable as Tisha than from, say, another celebrity or maybe an influencer who's not really so much into makeup and product reviews. But anyway, that's besides the point. The brand has now launched at Sephora. It is the first clean black female owned brand, and it's a color cosmetics brand at that. With this first initial launch, we have several products. We have the Triple Fix Serum Foundation. This is a $22 foundation. I will go into all the ingredients and all the products as soon as I start applying them to my face. But first, let me just go over all the products that we have available here. We also have a Secure Skin Gripping Serum Primer, $20. So although these are products that are available at Sephora, these aren't astronomical prices. These are really attainable, moderately priced items. We also have a setting powder, $18. It contains 4 colors. I have the shade Translucent. We have the bronzer, again, 5 colors, $18. And we also have the blushes. Now the blushes are $16, 5 colors in the cream blush. Last but not least, we have a lip treatment oil, $12. And and before I go on, we even have brushes. Now these brushes I don't see on the Sephora website, but you will probably be able to find them off of LYS Beauty's website. These are $15 each, and we have 4 brushes: foundation brush, a powder brush, a stippling brush, and also a sculpting brush. Now all of these products I received in PR. Full disclosure, Tisha is a friend of mine. She wrote me this really sweet note. OMG, it's really happening. My dream of launching a clean beauty brand is coming true, and I'm so honored to share it with you. My mission with LYS Beauty is to finally bring affordable, luxurious, healthy, diverse products to the clean beauty space, and I hope you're ready. Each product is formulated with love, and I can't wait to hear your feedback. XO Tisha. I firmly believe in what she's saying and what she's doing. Tisha is the type of person that is so hardworking and is so determined to get her mission across, and she won't stop until she gets exactly what she wants, which is why I'm so excited for this brand. All right, let's get these products onto my face. So right now I'm not wearing any makeup at all. The only thing that I am wearing is a lip liner and just a little bit of Maybelline Baby Lips because I need something on my lips all the time. And I also have my NYX brow glue gel. So my brows are a lot done, but nothing on my skin, nothing on my face. The first product that I'm going to reach for and test out is the Secure Skin Gripping Primer. First of all, how cool is just like this paper packaging? I love just like the triangular vibe of everything. It feels very luxe, very cool, very fresh and current and modern. This Secure Skin Gripping Serum Primer is formulated with 5% niacinamide, which will help your pores appear a little bit smoother and a little bit less open, plus AHA, alpha hydroxy acid, to help with the texture of your skin. I am really enjoying this triangular packaging. Now this is a squeezy tube. This primer is also silicone-free, oil-free. This primer is also formulated with grapefruit seed extract, which, as you may already know. Helps with the healing process of your skin. It helps with dark spots. It just helps with skin renewal, things like that. So essentially, this is a primer, but also a skincare hybrid. Feels very, very cooling on the skin, very light and very refreshing. I'm just using this Charlotte Tilbury little brush to apply this primer onto my forehead and across my face. I will say this definitely feels more of a skincare product than an actual primer. In my monitor, I'm not really seeing any mattifying effects. I'm not really seeing any blurring effects either, but the primer does feel a little bit sticky, so I imagine this would grip the foundation very, very well. And just so we're all on the same page, let me just remind you or tell you what clean at Sephora actually means. So clean at Sephora is formulated without a list of over 50 ingredients, including sulfates, SLS and SLES, parabens, phthalates, and more. Let me just get my own definition. No sulfates, no parabens, no formaldehydes, phthalates, mineral oils, synthetic fragrances, and basically these products are formulated without a list of over 50 ingredients. So here on Sephora's website, you can actually check out the ingredients for each of the products, and I do suggest you do so because that's really the only way you know when a product is formulated for your skin or not. More on that later. All right, so now on to the foundation. I was sent two shades, MG5 and MN5. MG5 is actually my shade in the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation, so I'm assuming that MG5, medium golden 5, is my shade. So here we have 1 fluid ounce, shake well before use. Again, love the packaging, feels very chic, very sturdy, love the pump. We've got 1 ounce of product. This is formulated with turmeric, which helps with hyperpigmentation, which is so good for me because I am someone who suffers from dark spots, especially post-acne dark spots. It's also formulated with hyaluronic acid, which helps to lock in moisture. Hyaluronic acid is actually something that my super oily skin loves. Now, if you're new to my channel and you don't know about me and my skin type, I will tell you, my skin is super oily. It's also acne-prone, especially at certain times of the month or certain periods of the year. But I am someone who sort of believes that acne is a bit of a psychosomatic manifestation. Like if you believe that you will break out, you probably will. But I'm not gonna get too much into that in this video. I'm just kind of briefly going over, you know, me and my skin concerns. Back to the foundation. Clean, vegan, cruelty-free, light to medium coverage, comes in 35 inclusive shades. So now let's test the 2 shades that I do have here. The MN5 and the MG5, which I think is going to be my match. All right, here is, oh, what is that animal on my neck? So here is MG5. It's a pinch lighter than my neck, but I think it'll be a really good match or a good in-between shade between my very discolored face and my actual skin tone, which is on my neck. And here's MN5, which on me looks very, very peachy, so clearly not a match. So I'm gonna go for the MG5 like I thought. I think I'm gonna apply straight from the tube, 1 pump to each side of the face. Now this is said to be a light to medium coverage. There we go. I'm gonna use the foundation brush to apply this and spread this. I mean, wow. I actually think I used the powder brush to just spread my foundation. I was like, wow, this feels really fluffy for a foundation brush. All right, this one's much better. So I guess I wish that the brushes would say the name of the brush so that I can know what exactly it's intended to be used for. I'm also seeing just like a little bit of rolling of the product on my skin. Just a pinch, not too much. But the coverage is really, really nice and the shade match is spot on. So that I love. All right, so here is 1 layer of this serum foundation. And I gotta say, it looks really, really beautiful. Very, very natural. A bit on the dewy side. I'm not really sure what that rolling was about, just on this side of the face, but the foundation did apply very, very beautifully. And it gave me just a really nice, radiant base. I'm gonna add just like 1 more drop of foundation to each of the different areas of my face, just to see how it would layer in case I wanted a more full coverage type of finish. I'm gonna go in with the right brush now. I will say this is a very quickly setting foundation, so the large brush does definitely come in very handy. But there is a bit of a rolling happening, so I'm gonna show you a close-up. All right, here we go. Here is an extreme close-up. Take a look at my nose. There's just like a little bit of a separation happening here. Just a bit of a rolling effect. You see that on my finger? So I'm not really sure whether it's the serum or whether it's me, but like when I rub my nose, you can kind of see the product coming off just a little bit. The forehead looks really, really nice, really healthy and glowy. This side of the face looks really, really good as well. I don't know if you guys can see, but it looks like there's like some settling of the product around my nose. I told you I'm gonna scrutinize. And I think this is because I used retinol last night, and so I have just a bit of flakiness happening on my nose tip and probably also around the sides of my face, so do keep that in mind. But it's really only noticeable from like inches away. You can't see it in my monitor, obviously, and in my mirror, which is at an arm's length away from me. My skin looks really, really good. This is it. All right, next up, I'm just gonna quickly conceal my under eye. I'm gonna use this Herborian BB crayon. I'm not trying to use anything too full coverage today. I wanna go for a very light, natural type of coverage. Also gonna use a lighter crayon just to brighten. Next up, before I grab the setting powder, I actually want to test out this cream blush. For the blushes, I have two shades here. I have the shade Kindness, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous peachy shade. I would say this is perfect for anyone that has a light to medium to tan complexion. And then I have a slightly darker shade. This one is called Confident, just like a beautiful, natural rosy color. So now this is a $16 blush, and this is actually formulated with avocado oil. I'm not panicking, but may I just tell you a little bit about avocado oil. So now there is something called a comedogenic scale. Basically, how pore clogging is an oil or an acid, or how non-pore clogging is it. So the lower it is on the scale, the less likely it is to clog your pores, and the higher it is on the scale is the more likely it is to clog your pores. So for someone like me who is oily and acne prone, this is a red flag. This is something that I always look out for. So you guys may know I am a big fan of the Josie Maran Argan Oil Foundation, because argan oil is known to be very low on the comedogenic scale. It does not clog your pores, and it's especially safe for acne prone skin. Now, avocado oil contains something called oleic acid, and on this scale, which is from 0 to 6, this acid and this avocado oil is a 3, which means that it has moderate likelihood of clogging your pores. So it's not a 6, but it's definitely not a 1, and for that reason, I'm a little hesitant. But with that said, I did also mention to you that in my mind, acne is somewhat of a psychosomatic manifestation, so I am not gonna break out today after using this, even though this avocado oil is a 3 and it could potentially break me out. But anyway, I'm gonna test it out anyway, and I'm gonna use this brush here to apply it onto my face. I love the fact that there's so much product, and the pans are really large that you could easily dip your brush into it, pick up a lot of product. And look at that pigment, and look at the color payoff. The color is gorgeous, you guys. Like stunning, stunning, stunning. I absolutely did not need this much blush, but it's good to know that it is this pigmented. I'm gonna tap that out with my finger. Now going back to the avocado oil, it clearly states on the Sephora website that this oil is meant for dry to normal to combo skin. Never did it say that it is good for oily skin or acne prone skin. So this may not be a product that is suitable for me, and if you are anything like me, it may not be a product that is suitable for you, so please keep that in mind. Read about these products. The color though is absolutely stunning. Like, I am obsessed with this application. I love how it just brought so much life and vitality to my complexion. Moving right along. Gonna just test out the other shade for you. Now again, this is the shade Confident. Very, very pigmented. Similar consistency to the Fenty Beauty blush. Blends out really, really nice. Or you can stipple on more color. I love it. Now, for someone who is a drier skin type, especially if you have mature skin, avocado oil is probably something that you may need in your skin routine to actually maintain the moisture, to keep the color fresh on your face. So just because it may not be intended for someone like me, does not mean that it may not work very well for you. All right, so now that I've said my piece about that, I am going to move on to the setting powder. Also very cool packaging, Illuminati, we love that. Now this setting powder is talc free, it is finely milled. Again, it's formulated with that pore loving niacinamide, as well as green tea extract, which is known for its soothing properties, as well as sodium hyaluronate. These words, sodium hyaluronate. Again, something that is known for retaining moisture within your skin. So all of these are really, really great clean ingredients. So now this powder comes in 4 shades. I have the shade Translucent, which is perfect for me because I don't really love color in my powders. I like for them to be translucent so that you could see my concealer and everything else that I applied. Let's try that under the eye. Oh, that is so nice. That just applied so beautifully. Do you see the difference? Let's make a match. All right, so now I'm kind of just like observing my image in the monitor, and I'm seeing that I'm looking more than just dewy. I'm looking a little on the oily side. So that tells me that the foundation is quite probably not meant for my oily AF skin type. It's probably meant for someone who's a bit more on the normal to dry, but that's okay because this gives us a chance to test out the powder. I'm gonna use that powder foundation brush and dip into this giant pan. I have a feeling that I'm really going to love this powder. Observe the pores. Let's close them up. All right, so now suddenly this side of the face is looking a lot less oily and a lot more dewy, which is what I like. I still see the healthy glow of the foundation, but it's not so texture enhancing anymore. And it's not just like laying on top of my skin. So this powder is indeed very, very nice, very smoothing. It's not texture enhancing. In fact, it is very blurring and I like it. I'm gonna go back to my little detailing brush and just like go over some of these areas around the nose. Now, if you watched my previous video, you might remember this LYS Beauty bronzer that I loved so much. I'm gonna reach for it again just to show you how gorgeous this product is. So now this is a powder bronzer. It's matte, comes in 5 shades. The shade that I have here is called Harmony and it's a medium. I'm gonna use this contour brush to basically apply it onto my face to warm up my forehead. So now this is a bronzer that goes on very pigmented, but it blends out like a cream, making it just like the ideal powder product for bronzing up. You can use just a little bit, a light stroke like I am here, to give you a little sun-kissed glow, or you can pack it on for more of a bronzed goddess look, which is what I did in my previous video, and I really, really liked the effect. And the fact that it just blends out so seamlessly and so easily makes it even more worth it for me. I'm not gonna pick up any more bronzer because it is very pigmented. I'm just gonna use whatever's remaining on the brush to chisel out my cheekbone, a little bit under my jaw. And there we have it. Last but not least, I gotta test out this lip oil. Now, me personally, I'm not a huge fan of lip oils, but that's not to say that there isn't a market for it. I love the packaging. I love just like how consistent and how cohesive everything is. How do you open this? Oh, duh. Nice little precise tip here, squeezy tube. This feels more like a gloss to me than an oil. I can't say I didn't like that. Anyway, now my mascara is on. I am ready to show you a close-up and talk about everything that is on my face right now. LYS Beauty. All right, so first and foremost, let's talk about the Serum Primer and the Serum Foundation. I will say that the shade match is spot on. It's making me look and feel like myself, so that I like. The formula is a little bit too balmy for my liking, so it definitely feels like it lays on top of my skin as opposed to melting into my skin or gripping onto my skin. So upon first application, I was a little bit perplexed about the way that it was gliding on. It was setting kind of quickly, but then it wasn't really looking matte. So it's not something that I'm typically used to because I typically don't go for foundations that are this balmy or this dewy feeling. But that was easily fixed once I was able to apply the powder on top, which to me, so far, I will say is the best product for me and my skin type. The powder just smoothed out everything. It blurred out all of my imperfections. It made the foundation kind of cling onto my skin without enhancing my texture. It basically just perfected everything. Now the blush is a gorgeous color. It's a color that I need in my life for the rest of my life and every day of my life. However, the fact that it does contain avocado oils makes me a wee bit hesitant, but it's not like a huge deal breaker for me because it's a 3 on the comedogenic scale, so it's kind of in the middle. It's not going to definitely clog your pores and it's not going to not clog your pores. The lip oil feels really creamy, really glossy on the lips. It looks really pretty. You already know how much I love the bronzer. It's my second time reaching for it and I am a huge fan. So far these powder products are definitely a hit with me. But now I think it's time for the real test test, the wear test. It's time to cue in that good old time warping music and see how all of these LYS beauty products wear on my oily AF skin. Are you ready? I'm ready. All right, I'm back. It's wear test time. It's freezing in my house and I look like an oil slick. Kind of expected it though. So let me just zoom in and show you what my face looks like after 7 hours of wearing the LYS Beauty Foundation, blush, setting powder, and bronzer. You can tell that I am pretty oily throughout my entire face, with the exception of my jaw, which is kind of on the normal side, so it doesn't get as oily as my forehead and my cheeks and my nose. So I'm a little bit more tamed in the jawline area, but everywhere else, I look pretty damn greasy. So I kind of knew off the bat that this foundation, given the fact that it contains avocado oil as its fourth main ingredient, wasn't going to work for my oily AF skin. And the wear test pretty much proves it. You can see that the foundation is kind of just sitting on top of my skin as opposed to melting with my skin. And that's because I honestly don't think that this foundation is formulated to be suited for oily skin like mine. I will mention this nuance. Even though I'm super oily, it doesn't look like my texture is enhanced with this foundation. Yes, the oils definitely make my texture around the pores seem a little bit more obvious because my skin is shiny, but the foundation itself isn't really clingy or it's not texture enhancing. So that's a good sign for those of you with drier skin types, or even for those of you with mature skin. Now, moving on to the blush, I will say that I'm pleasantly surprised by the fact that you can actually still see this blush. My skin did not eat up the color. It's still pretty vibrant on my cheek, especially on this side where I guess I applied a little bit more. So that I like. Let me just one more time, again, drool over this color, how gorgeous it is and how I need it in my life every day of my life for the rest of my life. I need this color, but in a powder formulation or in a different non-avocado oil type of formula. And now moving on to the products that I did enjoy and products that I will be continuing to reach for, the powder products, the bronzer, and the setting powder. I did notice immediately how smoothing the setting powder was, how it just applied so evenly to my under eye and to the rest of my face. It wasn't enough to withstand the oils within this foundation, but it was enough to seal it in and to smooth out the texture that it initially gave upon first application. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying out the powder with a different foundation. And of course, I'm going to continue using the bronzer. As you already know, I'm a big fan. So having said all that, I gotta say, I am really looking forward to more products from LYS Beauty. The shade match on this foundation was so spot on that I absolutely need an oily skin-friendly foundation in this shade match. It was just so beautiful. It's still looking kind of radiant on my skin, even though I'm oily AF, but somehow the fact that it's matching my neck and the fact that it's just looking so radiant, if I kind of just like turn away from the light, you could see how pretty it still looks. For that reason, I am definitely going to keep glued to LYS Beauty, and I am going to eagerly await their next few launches. I have a feeling that this is going to be one of those brands to watch out for, given the fact that Tisha knows so much about the industry, she knows so much about products, and she just has such extensive expertise and knowledge. I want to see some foundations for oily AF skin like mine. I cannot wait to try them, and congratulations on this launch. With that, I am going to end this review. I hope you guys enjoyed my Team Truth style review as always. I'm gonna zoom on out so that you can check out my next couple of videos, one that you may like, and my most recent video in case you haven't watched it. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.